Rivalries are the lifeblood of the passion of sports. It's what the fans get up for, it's what the players get up for, and yes, it's what members of the media get up for as well. Here are my top 5 rivalries in MLS history. At number 5, it's the Chicago Fire and New England Revolution in the mid to late aughts. Now, this was the heyday for the Revs when they made the MLS Cup 3 years in a row, although they didn't actually get a victory in any of them. Between the Fire and the Revolution, they met in the playoffs 5 years in a row. We can't forget things like Matt Reese making 2 saves in a penalty kick shootout and scoring a goal himself in 2006. Taylor Twellman's incredible bicycle kick for the Revs in 2007, and finally in 2008 when the Chicago Fire got past the Revolution in that one, thanks mainly to Chris Rolfe and Wilmot Conde back then. And who can forget the red card to Andy Herron that sparked off a lot of controversy in this incredible rivalry between the Fire and the Revs. At number 4, the Rocky Mountain Cup. Real Salt Lake and the Colorado Rapids have only existed as a rivalry for about 8 years now, but it's as passionate as anything else we've seen. You have to remember when Kyle Beckerman, the trade that took him from Colorado to RSL, what a player he's become after that trade. Pablo Mastroeni and his incident with the fans up at Real Salt Lake, and Alvaro Saborio getting those 2 late goals to tie it up at Colorado when the Rapids thought they had it wrapped up. A great rivalry that will renew itself again this weekend. At number 3, it's the battle for the Eastern Seaboard, the New York Red Bulls and DC United. This rivalry stretches all the way back to 1996 when both clubs were originals in MLS. So many games to remember in the playoffs when they've met, also in the regular season. Plenty of that. DC holds the edge in this one with 39 wins, 22 losses, and 10 draws in all competitions. But this is one that the fans definitely get up for. Lots of travelers between DC and New York anytime these two play. At number 2, it's the Seattle Sounders and the Portland Timbers. Now, a lot of people would say this is the most passionate one ever in MLS because obviously there are massive crowds that come out for this one. All the chanting, the scarves are up for everyone, and it stretches all the way back to the NASL. Well, rightly so that it gets us all the accolades that it does. Can't forget what we've already seen in MLS since these two teams have played. Late goals from Portland to draw things up. A lot of the fire with Freddie Montero in 2012 in that first game that they played in Portland. This is one for the ages, and it's not even that old. And at number 1, my all-time favorite rivalry in MLS is the California Classico. The LA Galaxy and the San Jose Earthquakes. It's a battle for California, if you will. You cannot forget everything that's happened in the history of this one, stretching all the way back to 2001 when they met in the MLS Cup, and Landon Donovan got his first ring in that one when he was with the San Jose Earthquakes. 2 years later was that incredible comeback from the Earthquakes in the playoffs when they needed 5 goals, and they got them. Incredible in that second leg when Rodrigo Faria with an extra time goal to win it for them, and they ended up winning the MLS Cup again. And then, of course, everything we've seen with Landon Donovan moving from San Jose to the LA Galaxy. As he's been with the Galaxy, he's led them to 3 MLS Cups since he's joined them. But the San Jose Earthquakes got a little bit of revenge in 2012 with their late comeback. Alan Gordon was the hero in that one. Those are my top 5 rivalries in MLS history. I'm sure you might disagree, especially up there in Seattle and Portland or in New York or DC, and maybe in Toronto and Montreal as well you have something to say about it. If you do, let me know in the comments below or tell me on Twitter @Gagens. The rivalries in MLS are getting better every single year, so make sure that you check out your local rivalry and get the passion and the blood flowing.